No, you're good.
Because together we are stronger. Individually we are stronger. I never every single moment counts.
Hello, my friends. Welcome to On Point with Rachel Turgeman. I'm so glad you can join us tonight. My friends, did you know that Filipinos are the second largest group of Asian Americans in the United States? Their intrinsic values of working hard, of family love, of helping others, of adaptability, of flexibility, of creativity makes them so much appreciated and admired. Joining us tonight is Ms. Freda Alcausin Arzadon, our Asian American healthcare hero that I love very, very much, and I admire her so much as well. Freda, welcome. Welcome to On Point with Rachel Turgeman. I'm so glad you can join us tonight.
Thank you, Rachel. Thank you for having me. Good evening, everyone.
Yes.
Greetings to all nurses, to all healthcare workers. Happy Nurses Week. Happy Nurses Month. The celebration for Nurses Week has been extended to a month in appreciation and recognition for the hard work of the healthcare heroes during the early stages of the COVID-19 pandemic.
Absolutely.
By the
That's
way,
beautiful.
tomorrow is also the birthday of the founder of modern nursing, Florence Nightingale,
Beautiful.
born in Florence, Italy on May 12, 1820.
Freda, as a nurse, what would you say that the impact, the positive, indelible impact that our nurse Florence Nightingale gave to all the nurses in the world? What was it that most impacted everybody?
As a nurse, we make a difference in everybody's life. Every patient that we touch, we are able to heal their body, their mind, their spirit, and soul through the healing hands and healing words of a nurse.
What a blessing. That's an amazing blessing. So tonight, Freda, I want to make sure that all our viewers get to know you, get to know your accomplishments, and also your sincere opinion, Freda, of what's going on in this world with discrimination of our Asian American brothers and sisters. So I'm looking forward to having this conversation with you. So let's begin. You were born in the Philippines. Talk to us about your upbringing, any particular teachable moments, perhaps, that still resonate in your minds. Talk to us.
I was born and raised in the Philippines, a country consists of 7,100 islands and
Wow.
over 100 linguistics and over 100 cultural ethnic groups. We are so diverse that English language became the medium of communication.
Excellent. That's amazing. And so, in your upbringing, your parents, what did your parents do?
Oh, my father was a strict disciplinarian. He was a mid-level manager, so strict that he pressured me to strive for excellence at all times. So much so that everything that I do, excellence became my standard.
I
My
love it.
mother, on the other hand, is a teacher but turned businesswoman because he was a frustrated nurse.
Oh,
She is very political, very sociable. She likes to party. She likes to invite people in our house. So I was exposed at an early age how to be political. She
I
loves
love it.
being with people. She loves to
Beautiful.
care for others as well. So she gave me the value of social responsibility.
Very, very important. And Frida, you and I go back years. I remember that when I met you, when I worked at a university and we created something called the Powerhouse. And I know that a lot of the Powerhouse members are watching today. They're all Powerhouse influencers, including you. And you were always, talking to the people, talking to the kids about human trafficking, missing children, domestic violence, educating along with all our influencers on how they can prevent from becoming a victim. So, we have to thank your mother, we have to thank your father for giving you these values of helping others, for family love, for people love, for unity. And that's beautiful. Now,
Yeah,
you
our country is also predominantly Catholic. That's why we are God fearing and we abide by rules of law and we try to do the right thing at all times. Emphasis is also on education because our parents always tell us without education, you will not be liberated from poverty.
I love it. And so, you talking about education, you decided to study nursing. And when you look at STEM, the sciences, technology, engineering, mathematics, you chose a science. What message would you like to give all the youngsters, all the young adults that perhaps have just graduated high school or youth with regards to studying something in the sciences or STEM? Tell us.
I would tell them to assess their skills and to get interested in what they really wanted because they have to choose a career where they will be happy and where they're good at. S- And
Very
science
important.
provide you with a lot of opportunities.
And what about money? I mean, it pays well, right?
It does.
And that's the bottom line. We want to be able to provide for our families. And so that's why so many leaders like you, Frida, and so many other people that Anna Vega Milton, and I can sit here and mention a whole bunch of other people, Dr. Jorge Alfonso with Jewish University System, Dr. Marie Etienne, who's our Haitian American hero as well. Uh, the fact that STEM is so important that you could put, milk on the table, you can put the bread on the table and support our families is extremely important. Nursing, what triggered you, in your life? Because you could have been an architect, you could have been an engineer. Why nursing?
My mother inspired me to be a nurse because she role modeled the caring attitude. And I
Mm,
figured if I become a nurse, I have the opportunity to care for others. And I just love to make people comfortable, feel better about themselves, and to transform anything that I could touch.
very important. And you have. I never forget when I went to meet you at Kendall Regional. I saw you in action doing this and doing that and doing this, and people were coming up to you and hugging you, and the patients were hugging you, and your staff was hugging you. All that love, all these intrinsic values of family love that your parents instilled upon you, which is truly, truly amazing. Now, take us through your career journey.
Okay, I graduated magna cum laude, Bachelor of Science in Nursing at St. Louis University in the Philippines. As soon as I graduated, I already started working as a company nurse uh,
Yes.
in the emergency department, pediatrics, as well as I became a midwife too. I delivered
Really? I
babies.
see that. I didn't know that about you. That's interesting.
Yes. So I delivered babies in the Philippines. And 2 years after that, I was able to come to the US. I passed the preliminary CGFNS exam. Then I took another exam in the US, the NCLEX, and started working in trauma center neuro ICU in Mercy Hospital. 7 years
Dealing with the
later,
brain, which is
yes,
pretty
the
complex.
brain and
Wow.
spinal cord. We used to take care of patients from the Bahamas with spinal cord injuries. Then after 7 years, I decided I would love to take care of the heart. So from brain, I switched to taking care of post-op heart surgical
That's
patients.
interesting, Frida, because you went for the brain and the heart, and there's a direct connection between the brain and the heart and the brain. And talking about caring and loving, I mean, that is amazing. God bless you. So with the heart, now that we have you here and so many viewers are watching you today, what advice can you give to our viewers tonight with regards to taking care of their heart? Give us some good tips.
Oh, with regards to the heart, They have to live a healthy lifestyle, so they evade going to the hospital. And it's basically very simple: healthy lifestyle, exercise, good food, rest, stress free life, watch what you eat.
Oh, how about the fried foods? Because I love fried foods. I know it's not good for you.
We know that that's not good for us.
Yeah, I know. But it's
Yeah.
amazing. So when you took care of the people with the heart situations, was it after the operations? Was it post
Yes, after the open heart
open
surgery.
heart surgery? And so, how did it feel as a nurse, in the hospital when this person has just finished having open heart surgery and the person felt, helpless because, it's stressful on somebody's body, right? And now
Yes.
this person's life, their attitude, their mental persona, if you will, it's all upon you. That's pretty stressful for you too. So how do you handle that, Frida?
Yes, their life depends on us. So we have to pay attention to details. We have to be very competent in taking care of patients like the post open heart patients.
Unbelievable. So when we talk about this, let's talk a little bit about your major accomplishments. I know there's many, and I wish we had like 10 hours for our interview, but let's talk a little bit about your major accomplishments. Give us some of those highlights, Frida.
Okay, there's so many.
And
I
that's a good thing.
yeah.
Yes.
So I tried to go to the different multi-specialty areas, and each time I go to the different specialty areas, I try to certify myself. So as you can see, I have a lot of titles. Because
Yes, you do.
so when I was in the neuro ICU, I took the certification, so I became a CNRN. When I was in the critical care, I took the exam again and passed it and became a CCRN. And when I transferred to the ER, I challenged the exam as well and became a certified ER trauma nurse.
Wow.
After
As a
that,
trauma nurse, you've probably seen it all.
I went to management. So the most challenging job that I had was being the director of the most busy emergency department in Miami-Dade,
Which is?
Kendall Regional Medical Center. And at the time, we have to work against the nursing shortage crisis.
Yes. That's why we need more people to study nursing. And there'll be many universities that offer that.
We were
Talk to us
expected
about
to
your
deliver quality care.
exactly. Talk to us about the Brain Attack Coalition Task Force that you served on.
Oh, yeah. When I was in the management position, I had the opportunity to be part of the first ever brain attack coalition in Miami-Dade. I was the only nurse among neurologists, neurosurgeon, medical emergency directors. So that was an honor to be part of it.
Absolutely.
And everything that we have done for that program are still being practiced at the present time. That was part of the Florida Stroke Act that was introduced through the American Heart Association. It is a legislation that ensured that stroke victims get prompt and effective treatment to the appropriate hospitals so that
Excellent.
we reduce the death and the disability caused by stroke victims. Yes,
Absolutely.
and we also have other programs like that I was involved with the
Hmm.
passage of the Amendment 6. I don't know if people remember. We people used to smoke everywhere, but because of
Yes.
that, we lobbied to American Heart Association again. Now people cannot smoke in public places. That's the Amendment 6.
Good. And you know what? I know that there was a big fad back in the 1960s, 1970s, even to the 1980s, and people are still smoking, but it's definitely not good. And I want to encourage all our viewers and you as our nurse, as our Asian American healthcare hero, Frida, I want to encourage all of viewers that if you are smoking, please let it go. let it go because it affects your lungs. You don't want to get the big C. Right, Frida? I mean, it's the worst
Yes,
thing that anybody can do, without a
that
doubt.
that's part of our health teachings in the cardiovascular unit where I work now. That's part of our teaching, smoking cessation.
Exactly. Very, very, very important. I also want to congratulate you because you also launched the program of the bite snake protocol. And this was
Snake
over, I
bite,
think it was, right,
anti-venom protocol.
Anti-Venom Center. And you were even featured in the Discovery Channel. Talk to us about that.
Oh yes, so we were the only hospital with the snake bite protocol. So when people get bitten by snake, they have to bring them to the fire rescue knows to bring them to Kendall Regional because we were at that time the only anti-venom center. And
Unbelievable.
on top of that, we also have the Retabase program where we where fire rescue administered thrombolytic at the scene. And then the
Good.
second date was given in the ER. So that was very interesting at that time when I was involved in all those programs to save lives.
Every day saving lives. And then also, you're a very fun person, Frida. Tell our viewers that you were Miss Multicultural in one of the competitions that you won for the Philippine Nurse Association of America. Talk to us.
Yes, I am not only involved in my profession, I'm
Yes.
also a social butterfly. I love to dance and sing because my parents taught me, especially my father, he had taught me how to dance, all kinds of dance. So when my brother and I joined the competition in one of the networking activities in Maryland, when we had a national convention, my brother and I won the competition for Dancing with the Stars.
I love it. I love it. Dancing with the Stars. Maybe one
Yeah.
day we'll have a show we can put you out here dancing with us for sure. Let's take a little break. I want to give a thank you to all our VIP advertisers. And then I want to talk a little bit about discrimination against our Asian American brothers and sisters. We begin with the Jose Milton Foundation. Thank you, Anna Vega Milton, President and CEO, for all the altruistic work you do. Thank you for building the new Jose Milton Memorial Hospital, Jackson Memorial Hospital West, for your amazing work with the Red Cross, scholarships for our youth, and the list goes on. Jackson Health Foundation, a big shout out to co-president Charmaine Gatlin and Flava Yiso and their stellar team for doing an outstanding job in raising funds for the best hospital throughout our nation. Jackson Health System making miracles every day. Catholic Hospice and Catholic Palliative Care Services. A big shout out to Executive Director Diane Backoff, Medical Director Dr. Tracy Romanello, and Jessica Joseph, Manager of Philanthropy and Public Relations, and their awesome team. Thank you for preserving comfort and dignity for people that are very ill and their family members. Synovus Bank. A big shout out to Armando Trabanco, Regional Retail Manager for Southeast Florida, in business for more than 130 years. Synovus is a financial services company that came from humble beginnings in Georgia. Today, Synovus Bank is committed to supporting our communities in over 300 locations across the Southeast, including our South Florida footprint. Synovus is there for you to safely meet your banking and lending needs and investing needs. Hashtag the Bank of Here. For more information about Synovus products and services and locations, please visit www.synovus.com. United Home Care, big shout out to Carlos Martinez, President and CEO. Another big shout out to Alina Palenzuela, Blanca Ceballos, and the rest of their stellar team. Thank you for keeping our older adults home with excellent healthcare services because there's no place like home. Freda Alcausin Arzadon, our Asian American healthcare hero, invites other multicultural healthcare heroes to promote unity, understanding, respect, and tolerance among all. Marie Torreson, CPA, business owners, she will grow your business exponentially with a 360-degree view of your financial and operational performance. Call and make an appointment. Jewish University System. A big shout out to founder Dr. Jorge Alfonso and Lucy Alfonso, President and CEO. Now you can earn your doctoral degree in education or psychology with religious modifiers. Contact Jewish University System. Global Overday Seminary and University known as GodZoo. Empowering entrepreneurs to become financially independent to transcend into generational prosperity. Also earn your chaplaincy or cybersecurity certification. Contact Godzu. Meet Alyssa Billiard, your corporate and personal psychologist and psychotherapist, to solve your business and personal hurdles. Give her a call and effectuate positive change. New Haiti Enterprises. Investors, join New Haiti Enterprises to reconstruct a New Haiti for a better present and future. A win-win scenario all around. Contact New Haiti Enterprises and make a positive, indelible difference. Metro Mommy Agency for all of your pregnancy support before, during, and after. Call Metro Mommy Agency. They provide childbirth education, labor support, doulas, breastfeeding support, night nurses, and the list goes on. With Metro Mommy Agency, you could birth better and begin parenting with confidence. Light of the World Clinic. Thank you, Elaine Maselli Vasquez, brainchild of Light of the World Clinic, for providing free healthcare services to economically disadvantaged families in Broward County, Florida. Again, a special thank you to all of our VIP advertisers. All of your services are beyond magnificent. Freda, let's talk a little bit about your book. I know that you have your outstanding book and it's in the works. What's your mission that you would like to accomplish, and just spread it out throughout the world? Talk to us.
I would like to share the lessons learned in my journey as a novice, from novice to expert nurse, as a nurse leader, as a patient advocate, as a community advocate, as a nurse executive.
Yes, that's
And
beautiful.
I would like to outline all the challenges and how to face challenges with grace and not forgetting God is always with us.
Amen. That's beautiful. And I love what you just said, because when I think about the book, and I can't wait to read it once you have it completed, is the fact that, we're all human beings, and our viewers, we all have obstacles. We all have rocks in our way. We all go through hurdles. But it's the fact that we can get up again and start all over again. Okay, and learn from our experiences, because that's what we need to do. If we go and stumble against a rock, if you will, and we don't learn from that experience, then we're going to see that rock again in our life. And that's why I'm looking forward to reading your book, Freda, especially from a healthcare nurse perspective. How we can overcome these challenges and hurdles. Freda, let me say this to you. You are an amazing Asian American human being that I love dearly. And I said this at the beginning of our interview. But it is no secret, Freda, that there's been an upsurge anti-American Asian racial incidents throughout our nation. As an Asian American healthcare hero that you are, what message would you like to give these perpetrators of violence? Talk to us.
To the perpetrators, the Asian Americans are generally gracious people. They are respectful, they're honest, they're God fearing people, and they have nothing to do with the virus. And if only we strive to understand each other, be more broad minded, be kind, be gentle, there would be no problem in this world. But we're lucky in Florida because we do not experience that discrimination that we witness in other states. We thank our governor for the rules of law established, and we feel safe in our community. But to the perpetrators, they need to realize that everybody is different, but we're also similar in a lot of ways, and we are all children of God.
Absolutely. I love what you said, and it makes me think back of my days when I was director of a program called Intergroup Relations Program for the Community Relations Board back in Miami-Dade County government. We're talking about the 1990s. And, you would have loved that program because you said it so beautifully. And I want to applaud you right now, Freda Alcausin, because I love what you said just now about unity. And she's right, my friends. And I want to direct myself to all our viewers. We are all God's children. And these are Freda's words. We are all God's children. We are all created equally. Okay, so there's no need for hatred and prejudice and discrimination. We need to learn to understand one another. We have more similarities, my friends, than differences.
Differences.
And if we have differences, then we need to educate one another and embrace one another and love one another. So when all of this was happening, Frida, what was, and I know that you know a lot of Asian Americans that you work with and they're your close friends. What were their reactions? And how would you see in the next 5 years, what would you like to see globally and locally, of course, when it comes to healthy race relations? Tell us.
I would like us to put emphasis on the family as a basic unit of society. If we can role model to our children good attitudes, good values, like being gentle, being honest, being forgiving, just being a Christian,
Absolutely.
loving, no hatred, then the next generation will role model the us, and everyone will live in a better place.
Absolutely. And you know what's happened to our Asian American brothers and sisters where, they're walking down the street and they're shoved against the pavement and people are taking box cutter knives and wiping it across their face and cutting them all up and just being said horrible things to them with slurs and labeling. You know, this discrimination is not good, my friends. We have to stop, not only for Asian Americans, but for all lives,
For
because
all.
all lives matter. I
Yeah,
don't care if
and
you're African American,
charity.
if you're Jewish, if you're Christian, if you're Muslim, we're all brothers and sisters. And we have to stop the discrimination. Or as my mentor, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. says that unless we decide to work as a community, to be one voice and one voice in one community, we're going to cease to exist as a society, as multicultural communities. And that's why I'm so gravitating to your persona, Frida, because you represent this as our Asian American healthcare hero. You are disgusted with what we're seeing, not only with people in your ethnicity and race, but you are disgusted with what we're seeing all around the world because we're all being affected. Because let's face it, we're all immigrants. We are
Yeah,
all immigrants. So who are we fighting? We're all the same. We're all immigrants. Talk to us, Frida.
yeah. Diversity is just proving that each one of us are unique. And in order to achieve a culture of diversity, we should go beyond tolerating others' differences. We also have to embrace, understand, and embrace, celebrate the richness of each individual, realizing that we are more similar than different.
Absolutely. I love it.
And
So,
charity
Frida,
begins at home. So
yes,
we must be nice with each other at home. So
we will. And we will. And you know what? We're all good people and we're all working for the same, which is agape love, unconditional love for one another. Well, Frida, unfortunately, we're running out of time. I want to thank you for sharing with us your story, your vision for a better world. Is there a call to action that you would like to implore upon all our viewers tonight regarding racial issues?
well, a call of action would be for everyone to love one another and to realize that life is just a journey. Nothing lasts in this world. So let's be nice to each other, trust in the Lord, and be nice.
I love it. And not be violent, be nonviolent. It's okay to protest in a nonviolent manner because at the end of the day, we want to all be together, love one another, embrace one another. We're all created equally. We can do it and we will do it. We will have that agape love that Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. spoke about so many times, that unconditional love for brother and sister. Well, Frida, I love you. God bless you. Thank you for representing tonight our Asian American population that we love dearly. Thank you for inculcating in all our viewers, those young adults that have just graduated high school, to go into the STEM field, sciences, technology, engineering, mathematics. My friends, study something that's in high demand. I love you all, Freda. I'll talk to you again. God bless you. I wish you the luck in all of your endeavors. Can't wait to read your book. Can't wait to read your book, without a doubt. And to
You
all of you,
will be the
thank you
first
so
one to have it. Thank
Thank you,
you.
my love. Thank you. And to all of viewers, thank you so much for joining us on Point with Rachel Turgerman tonight. Please remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel, On Point with Rachel Turgerman. Share this video. Spread the love. Spread the togetherness. Spread the understanding. Spread the respect. Share it with your family and friends. Remember that keeping informed and staying connected allows all of us to make the right decisions. God bless you all. Stay healthy and safe. Bye-bye for now. No, you're good.